Well, just a few weeks ago, the New York Times published a piece celebrating the so-called deep state. They told us it was protecting America from the harmful effects of democracy. But it turns out that most Americans don't like being told they are ruled by unelected bureaucrats and that their votes mean nothing, and that no matter what they do, no matter how assiduously they organize, they can't change policy at all. So even as an army of bureaucratic termites tries to impeach the president for delaying military aid to a corrupt regime on the other side of the planet, CNN is busily assuring Americans that there definitely is no establishment agenda in Washington. You're a racist if you think otherwise.
I think there is this fantasy that there is this resistance within these organizations like the FBI and the CIA.
And the State Department.
And the State Department, which in my experience are not exactly left-wing outfits.
Yeah.
There is, of course, no deep state. There is no resistance within the bureaucracy across government agencies pushing against this president.
There's no deep state. There's no resistance. Everything is totally on the level. What are you watching? What does it mean when people tell you lies that are so implausible that they must know that you know that they're lies, even as they tell them? What is that about? I'll tell you exactly what it's about. What you're watching is the people in charge losing control. Why? Because the internet. For all the downside of the internet, the upside of the internet is you really can't control all the information on the internet. And so the average person knows more than ever before. And so people like the ones you just saw on the screen, who have had basically a monopoly on control over this country for a very long time, all of a sudden are losing it. And they're panicked. They're freaked out. And so they're redoubling their efforts to lie to you, to clamp down on speech, and to, above all, make sure that you shut up and stop asking obvious questions. Tom Fitton makes a living and improves this country by asking obvious questions and insisting on the answers. He's president of Judicial Watch, and he joins us tonight. So, Tom Fitton, you just saw CNN assuring us, and not just assuring us, scolding us for daring to believe that there was a kind of unchanging permanent agenda in Washington. You live in Washington. What do you think?
Oh, there certainly is. You see this with this whole debate where the president's own political appointees are opposing his campaign promise that he was trying to implement to hold back on foreign aid and be skeptical of it. Andrew McCabe is a classic case. So we just had a document written by Andrew McCabe come to us under the FOIA where he's talking about wearing a wire on the President of the United States. We have confirmation. They were talking about invoking the 25th Amendment to lawlessly remove him. And he tells us there's no resistance. These folks don't like Republicans generally in office, and certainly not the type of Republican that Donald Trump is. And they oppose his policies and think of ways to resist it. And it means breaking the law oftentimes to do so. We have potentially, in this case of this impeachment, leaks of classified information that ended up in Adam Schiff's office that he later lied about. I just can't believe that these officials are so oblivious. Well, I guess I can. So oblivious to the arrogance they exude as they substitute their own will, or try to substitute their own will for the will of the elected leader of America, yeah, which is Donald Trump. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. I'm just thankful that Jeff Zucker isn't very smart, or else they'd be churning out effective propaganda on CNN. As it is, their lies are so transparent that nobody is fooled. Nobody stuck in an airport has his mind changed by CNN. Thank heaven.
Andrew McCabe is waiting to hear from the Justice Department whether he's going to be prosecuted for lying 4 times about a leak. James Comey stole,
exactly.
sold Trump's FBI files to leak them to get a special counsel out to go after him.
So now they're paid contributors because we trust them. Tom Fitton, thank you tonight and always. Appreciate it.
Thank you.